name's Banaszak Hall. I'm a professor of chemistry here at the university. My connection to CEW was through PACWI. I was invited to be on that committee. I believe I served on it for 3 years. PACWI is the Presidential Advisory Commission on Women's Issues, which made me wonder why I was being asked to do this. I wondered what I had to contribute to that. It was really there to advise the president, to have somebody at the highest levels of the university have direct advice about what issues were for women in the university. So what it was is my sister's actually a chemistry professor too, my older sister. And when she was an assistant professor, her university put in a new policy to give women faculty leave after pregnancy. And so she didn't take her leave because in the meeting where the very brand new policy was announced in her department, immediately after that faculty meeting broke up, a professor in her department came to her and said how awful he thought this policy was and was completely unfair to the male faculties, and the women were getting a free ride yet again, blah, 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 blah. And so she felt uncomfortable with taking that leave and didn't take it. And I thought that was awful. About a year or so before I got invited to this committee, I had a graduate student in my group become pregnant and come to me crying, which I also just found horrible. Why should she be crying over this, when she comes to tell me? She's afraid I'd kick her out, which made me feel pretty bad. How could she think I was going to kick her out, So, but apparently that's happened around our university in the past. And so that's why she was afraid. Oh, there's now a leave policy for grad students. The connection with CEW was always really important because CEW has a research arm. And so that was able to take this President's Advisory Commission and inform it with data. In a sense, part of CEW, as far as I can tell, and part of PACWI was to help the university change. And whenever you're asking people to change, it causes discomfort. Right? It doesn't matter if it's a good idea, bad idea, it's discomfort with change. So if you're asking people to change, it's really useful if you can bring them information that shows to them that there's a problem and they need to change. The CEW was basically one of the prime vehicles for either going and finding where these studies were, or often doing, they're a leading group in the country providing this information.